What the beeswax? Hello. Hi, and welcome back to Arcadia Fallen. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hey, things are starting to pick up, huh? Last episode was fairly eventful. We were picking up loads of new info on our brand new companions. We're making progress into how we're gonna break into Goldener's place. And there's still a lot for us to do on the table, though. So, no, I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna happen this time around, but I do believe a heist is in our future, and I'm very excited. I do like me a good heist. But first, I do believe we had to stop by and have a conversation with my future wife. Let's look for Anne. Sorry, Quinn, you were awesome, but you are not the priority. Your search for Anne takes you to Quinn's shop, and the florist gives you a friendly smile as you enter.
Hey there, you two.
Hey there, Polly. Mime.
Welcome back.
Anne mentioned you would be stopping by. She's in the back. Just be careful where you step in there, okay?
Right.
That sounds kind of ominous. What happened? Amused. So Anne moved in? I take it Anne has made herself at home. We've rearranged one of the storerooms so she can use it as her workshop while she's here. She's done an impressive job, but I tend to get a bit nervous around Tinker Magic. Not, too many sparks and moving parts. Anyway, you should go take a look for yourself.
Let's go.
Right. Excuse us. How's it going, sweetie? Curiosity and dread settle in your stomach as you make it out to the back and enter what was a storeroom, now transformed into a makeshift workshop. Dang, she's already got things set up here. She has already accommodated herself quite well from the looks of it. Weird bits and pieces of tools and gadgets are scattered about everywhere, and a huge stack of books is towering ominously in the corner. In the middle of it all, scribbling away, sits Anne, not looking up from her notes even as you enter.
You two. Glad you could make it.
Romance! Flirtatious. We're flirting.
Happy to help.
You just have to say the word, Anne, and I'll rush to your side. I'm glad you're as excited about these experiments as me. Oh, believe me, that's not the only thing I'm excited about. She closes her notes with a snap and hops over to you, eyes glinting with anticipation. Don't worry, mine are as well.
Let me have a look at that locket.
Anything you want. Oh, say please. Oh. So demanding. Haven't you ever heard of saying please? Could you please hand me the locket? I'm eager to get started on this. I'm eager as well, don't you worry. Well, since you asked so nicely. You hand the locket to Anne, who makes a muffled sound of excitement as she looks it over, forgetting all about you and Mime as she rushes over to her desk. Anne brings out some different tools and begins poking and prodding away at the locket. She's so deeply focused, she doesn't seem to register you at all. Look, this isn't offensive to me. This is just a girl who is very hyper-focused when she's into something. It'll be my turn. Believe me, she'll be into me soon, and she'll be hyper-focused on that. I'm working my own bit of magic here, you might say. This looks like it might take a while. Should we sit down? You find an empty space somewhere on the floor and sit down to wait. Mime makes a game out of stacking books for a while before she dozes off against a pile, leaving you to watch Anne in silence. Good girl, give us some time alone. Her face is scrunched up cutely in thought, and you notice that as she taps her foot lightly when she writes, but stops when she falls even deeper into thought. When she tinkers with the locket, her hands move swiftly and efficiently. It's almost uncanny just how precisely she moves. Maybe that's what tinker magic looks like.
I'm a genius.
You are. After what must have been almost an hour of silence, the mage finally puts down her tools, stretching her arms above her head with a grin.
Okay, I think I've got it.
What you got?
Huh?
What? We got what, huh? Mime awakes with a start, blushing as she rubs the sleep from her eyes. You had the right idea, Mime. Now I feel like I could use a nap. Wouldn't recommend it. The books are not that comfortable.
So,
This is indeed a spirit locket similar to the ones used in the past. No one uses them anymore since they run on the energy of spirits, which is taboo.
oh.
Also, there kinda aren't a lot of us left. The demons you've collected aren't as much sealed away as they are simply absorbed into the locket's power source. Okay, that's an interesting way of this thing to be functioning. This means every demon you collect has in fact added to the total power of the locket. Quite fascinating. Oh man, Goldner's gonna want to get his hands on this. So I'm using the demons as fuel? Well, as long as it keeps them sealed away.
So,
That wasn't what I expected, but I suppose if they're kept sealed away from people, that's still a better solution.
oh.
I mean, yeah, keeping them away from hurting people is important. It still feels a bit wrong, though, doesn't it? Using them as some sort of power source?
Actually,
As far as I can see, you haven't actually tapped into the locket's potential yet. You've been using a completely different power source. She looks at Mime, who blinks, pointing to herself.
huh?
What? Oh yeah, me. I suppose I have been the one helping you since we've always felt that glowy connection when we seal one of those bad guys away.
Fascinating.
You have been using your magic to help Polly all this time, yet you do not feel yourself weakening?
No way.
Well, no. I feel completely fine. Anne taps her chin with her pen before noting down a few more things in her book.
So,
Spirit alchemy is already a known school of the arcane, so I will not learn anything new poking my nose down that trail. The fact that you have to rely on another scarce power source that will deplete over time isn't fixing anything, just creating a new dependency. Yeah. No, the interesting aspect of this still remains you, Mime.
whoa.
Me?
Actually,
My theory is that since you two are soul-bound and not connected through the locket, the energy you channel from Mime isn't draining her. Of course, if you were to do something very challenging, I'm sure you both would be able to feel the strain, but you would recover, just like a mage recovers after having used their powers.
this is amazing.
In short, your connection has given Polly the same magical potential a mage possesses. I'm a mage! I'm a troublemaker. Just when you thought you couldn't possibly get into any more trouble.
Yikes!
We really have to find a way for us two to get unbound again.
Do realize.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that now, since we still need you two to be connected to steal away the demons we'll undoubtedly come across. Spirit magic, soul binding, creating mages. These all scream taboo, but I must admit, finding a way to equip non-mages with magical potential would really change how we all think about magic. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad thing at all. It sounds like one of those really good things that a government entity would probably keep from happening, because that's too much of a good thing. You can't let the poors have a good thing, because then the poors would be the same as you.
If magical items didn't need a power source, but people themselves could just power them on their own. Such a discovery, even if not put into practice, would be quite an achievement. Enough to grant me my title for sure.
Hey, let's do it! What about the spirits? I don't care about the spirits. Yeah, that's gonna go well. Someone is gonna abuse this. Well, in theory, I could see this being a solution. There's no way someone isn't going to abuse this. I just provide the research that says it's possible. What humanity decides to do with this knowledge is not my problem. Yeah, you're very pragmatic like that. Your choice will affect Anne's path going forward. You're right, this isn't your responsibility. Of course you're responsible for what you create. Man, this is a tough one! Ugh! This is a tough one because you know, I've got like, there's obviously like, ooh, I'm gaming here. I want her as a love interest, but that's not really what we're doing here. If we're role playing what I would really kind of think here, I would think, of course, you're responsible for what you create. And maybe that will make her more mindful of what she's doing, and that'll be a net positive, I think. You can't just dismiss your responsibility like that. It sounds to me like you're just making excuses because you don't want to admit anything bad might come of this. Is your professor title worth that much to you?
Can't believe this.
You have no idea what that title means to me. Look how determined she is. This was a new one. Good Lord. You don't know me or what I've been through to get this far. If I didn't claim this discovery, someone else will eventually, so I'm not going to hold myself back just because the rest of humanity is a bunch of morons. She hands you back your locket. That's all I wanted to research today. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be calling upon you again when I need to learn more. I think that's our cue to go. You and Mime leave. On your way out, you notice Anne returning to her little mountain of books, massaging her arms with a pained expression. Oh, I think...
I've noticed
Hello?
you staring out the window sometimes. You should
Kaiden?
be more careful other people don't see you.
Oh, right, of course. I'll be careful.
What were you even doing there? You were just staring out at the streets?
I never got the chance to properly explore this place. This is my first time experiencing a surface town, and I'm itching to explore it. You're also new to this place, aren't you? Don't you feel the urge to go look around?
No.
That was a decisive answer.
Why should I waste my time? There's nothing of interest to me here, and I'll be leaving soon.
There's always something to be learned from any new place you go to. Walking amongst the townsfolk might give you a new perspective of them.
No, it won't.
I wonder what happened to you, Anne.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna make it my mission. We need to talk to Quinn. Quinn's flower shop is warm and pleasant. The scent of fresh flowers indicates that a new shipment might have arrived. You are, however, not the only one in the shop. Oh, hello. You recognize the guard from yesterday talking with Quinn at the counter.
Here you go. These flowers will be sure to make your fiancé smile.
Oh, don't make me feel bad for them. Don't make me see them as people.
I'm glad.
I know they will. It's been a while since I've brought her any after all. Thank you, honestly, I'm so... Listen, I'm not good at this, but I realized last night that I'd let some baseless rumors get to me, and I want to apologize. What? Oh dear, no. There's no need for that.
You see,
But there is, though. I might not have said it to your face, but I've thought some pretty horrible things, and I don't know what came over me. There's no excuse. I am sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. I accept your apology.
thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'll be off. Time to present these to Louise. Have a nice day. The man walks past you, giving you a pleasant smile before he leaves. Didn't look like he recognized you at all.
About that.
It's probably because we defeated Ronan yesterday, By weakening the host demon, he probably lost his influence over that guy and he returned to normal, just like all the other people during the fire. Go team.
I'm glad.
Yay, way to go. We're a great team. Team Double D! We really did, didn't we? Wow, it's so strange to see the results of our hard work. Let's keep doing great.
Welcome back.
Polly, welcome. How's your mission going? Hey, about that man that brought some flowers.
About that.
So that guy that just left.
Ah, yes. Quite sweet, wasn't he? I haven't had anyone come and apologize to my face like that before. Oh, how refreshing. Maybe there's hope for me in this village yet.
You're very kind, Quinn. You're so kind, Quinn. I'm glad to see it worked out.
Thank you.
Aw, thank you, sweetheart. I'm quite happy with how it turned out as well. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was kinda hurt. He'd been one of my most loyal customers and all. But if he's made an effort to better himself and even came here to offer his apologies, well, then I want to support that. The world has enough hate in it already, and I've always found it exhausting to hold a grudge. She's like me, like, dude, I'm just like, there are people I absolutely, sure, I despise them, but I am not that person that's gonna sit around and let every waking day, like, let their existence be any kind of influence on my every waking day. There's so many people that get into these big grudges and then start following them around online, and then they'll be like, oh, did you see? Look at this. Look what they said. I'm like, dude, why do you care? Stop it. Yeah, I agree. Hate is exhausting.
I'm glad.
I agree. I wouldn't want to go around carrying that kind of grudge myself. Forgiveness is almost like magic in its own right. It isn't much, but it is a thing only you can control, and in that sense, it has power. I'm glad it turned out well. So I have this list from Elizabeth. Did you perhaps get some new supplies in? I have this list of ingredients from Elizabeth we need for a potion. Can you help us with any of it?
Curious.
Huh, this is quite the odd selection of herbs. I don't think Elizabeth has ever asked me for any of these before. How curious. I can provide you with the roses, however. The blue cornflowers are not something I usually sell. They should be growing in the forest, but they're quite shy, so they may be tricky to find. Maybe there's someone around who knows the forest well who can help you out. Okay. Hey, how's your testing going?
Tell me about...
Did you learn anything from the samples I brought you? Ah, yes. I should have known you would ask about that. The answer is both a yes and a no. I am confident after communing with the soil that it was no fire and branches, and the branches told me that no disease had killed them either. It is quite strange, as if the very life of them was drawn out in an instant. They felt no pain, no fear. One moment they were living, and the next they were not. That's kind of messed up.
I'll do it.
We have to find out what happened. I'm sure it's connected to the demons and everything else going on.
So
It does
that's how
seem
it
to be
is.
connected. Such powerful magic doesn't just show up out of nowhere uninvited, after all. It is definitely not anything that would ever be approved of at the Academy. But that is all I can say for now. I hope it proves helpful. Time to leave!
I'll be off then.
That's all I need for now. I'll see you later, Quinn.
Take care.
You're always welcome, Polly. Take care. Okay.
I must admit, I'm a bit envious of that invisibility spell you use, Mime. To disappear from sight even in bright daylight.
Yeah, can you not cast that on him?
Walkers can do that.
I guess you can't.
It's not really that great since it only works on non-magi humans, but it beats having to hide away all day. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It was my own recklessness that landed me in this situation after all. Hopefully, once all of this is over, I'll have the chance to explore the world of daylight on my own.
I hope so too. If you want to, I'll share all the interesting spots I found with you.
Oh!
That sounds great, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so we got roses now, so we can probably go back here and start playing around with alchemy again, right?
Welcome back.
Okay, I've got new stuff. All right. Okay, yeah, okay, so we got roses now.
Careful when
Oh,
you have
what?
that.
Be careful with mixing volatile ingredients. The mixture will explode if a volatile ingredient comes into contact with another volatile or identical ingredient. Oh, that sounds lovely. So if I do like this and I go, yeah.
Child.
Okay, I blowed it up. All right. Okay. So if I do, yeah. And then I need to get that. And then, nah. And this, that's not that? No, wait. It's, wait. Well, that's something, but that's the thing that I already know. I already know a strong headache remedy. So I need to get this over here. Or up here. Yeah. And then,
Another
boom!
discovery.
I made a water bomb! A potion that is sure to make you the victor in any summer water fight. All right. So, all right. I think we're going to do the same thing we did here last time is I'm going to take a brief moment and I'm going to play around with the alchemy and we'll pop back in if anything cool pops up, but then we'll take a look at the alchemy book after I feel I've exhausted all of the options and then we'll mess around with that. So, all right, on to the alchemy.
Well done.
You have improved your alchemy skills tremendously already. Well, that's because I have a stellar teacher.
I'm glad.
It's all thanks to your help, Elizabeth. I appreciate the flattery, but don't sell yourself short, dear. You've been working very hard for this.
About that.
With this level of progress, you'll be able to make that potion of invisibility pretty easy. Though I'm still a bit confused as to how you came up with such a potion, Elizabeth. Turning invisible seems closer to my kind of magic than alchemy. I didn't develop this recipe without a bit of help. A spirit mage I knew at the time introduced me to the subtle illusion magic spirits used to stay hidden. With this help, I was able to mimic the spell with alchemy. On a much more limited scale, of course. Limited scale?
Huh?
What do you mean by limited scale?
That's how it is.
A spirit like mine can stay invisible for hours on end without much strain. This potion is highly fragile. It has to be used almost as soon as it's done brewing, and the effect only lasts for about an hour. You have to plan ahead if you want to use it effectively. So who's this spirit mage?
Really?
A spirit mage? I don't think I've heard about them before. They're a branch of nature mages, exceedingly rare. They have a natural talent for communing with spirits. They are seen as quite dangerous by the Empire and are therefore kept tightly monitored in the capital. I see. Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
I'm sure that the potion of invisibility is going to be of great help to us in getting inside Goldner's mansion. Don't underestimate the man, Polly. The potion might help you, but I doubt getting in will be the only challenge you'll face in there. Goldner might be a fool, but he is a paranoid one, which makes him very dangerous. I just don't understand that guy. What does he get out of all of this? So much hate. I've been living in this town long enough to know Nicholas Goldner, back when his family name was still Boulder. He has always had the need to appear bigger than he is. His father was the same, though that really doesn't excuse it. When he suddenly became the richest man in town overnight, that seemed to trigger something inside him. He went from being simply unpleasant to being a penis face. In the end, I think beneath his wealth, Goldner is a very small and lonely man. I see. He's still an asshole! Don't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that he's a horrible man who's done awful things to you and Quinn.
Yes.
You are right. The man Goldner does not deserve our sympathy. He had many chances in his life to go down a different path, but he chose not to.
Villains are not born. They are made. That does not mean you should pity the villain.
I don't know. Every story these days seems to want to be a villain redemption story. Like, I mean, I can even, like, I'm not gonna lie, even before this conversation, I'm like, oh, they're gonna try and make me feel like Goldner's worth redeeming, aren't they? Like, I just feel like that's such a, like, you can't just have a villain be a villain anymore. Like sometimes that's really what you need. Sometimes it's okay to just have somebody who is an unrepentant asshole, because those types of people do exist. And, you know, I don't need to be told that, like, every person that appears human is actually human. Like, I think that there are absolutely monsters in this world. And I think that they are not deserving of my pity. They are not deserving of my repentance. And that's just me. Maybe I'm a terrible person for feeling that way, but that's just how I see it. I think some people are just beyond that kind of arc.
It means you should be concerned about how the next
There you go. But that's enough of me talking for now, I believe. Go on. I'm sure you have other things to attend to. Okay. So we did manage to, like, we were really only able to, like, make one other thing. I played with everything in all of the slots, and I was not able to find anything else. So that we got the water bomb, and this is a potion to make the victor of any summer water fight. And I made a glue bomb, and this is a potion to be sure to make you the true victor of any summer water fight. But I was not able to find anything else with all of the with the ingredients that I have. So I think we're kind of done
Actually,
here for now. Yeah. All right.
I'll be off then.
All right. You have a good one, Elizabeth. Okay, so we know the forest is where we're going for our next big thing. But let's go talk at the market. I don't think we've been to the market yet. You find Victoria near the town square, and she isn't alone.
Please help me.
I beg you, ma'am, please help me. You are a hunter, are you not? I recognize the sword you're carrying.
No.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Hey, how's it going, friend? That's not very knightly. Well, that's not very.
I wonder.
That isn't very knightly of you, Victoria, turning away a man who was asking for help. If I had to stop and help with every chore people think I'll do when they see my badge, then I'd never be able to walk down the street. The man looks nervous as you approach, but stays put.
I need your help.
Please, my daughter's been missing all morning. Uh-oh. She was playing with the other kids in the meadow, but when the rest returned for lunch, she wasn't with them. And what is it that makes you think that this is a job for a demon hunter?
Well,
The other kids said that Marie had already gone home, but there was something off about them. Off? Like, there was something they weren't telling me, as if something had scared them. Why would they lie to you?
you see.
I brought Marie with me to this town to work in the mine years ago, but we're still considered outsiders. People out here can't understand why someone born and bred in Erodos would have to travel to the boonies to look for work. They don't get that someone like me without any name or fancy education is about as welcome in the posh streets of the capital as mages are out here. I took us here to give Marie a better life, a simpler life. How did it go so wrong? Hey, what if I just start walking this way?
About
I mean, if I go, then you'll have to follow, right?
See.
You're right. Perhaps I should make it so that you can't leave so easily. Ooh, you gonna tie me up? I'm really... Do go on. Oh, Victoria, if you didn't want me to leave your side, you could have just said so. If you are quite done? She looks up at the man who flinches at her intense stare. We'll look for your daughter, but I don't make any promises. The man lets out a deep, relieved sigh.
Thank you.
All I ask is that you try. Thank you. I will continue to look around town for her. Please find me if you discover anything. Victoria sighs and rolls her shoulders. Let's go then.
Really?
So, do you think this missing child might have something to do with the demons?
About that.
I can't rule it out completely, but I have my doubts. It is quite common for a parent with a lost child to approach the demon hunters for some kind of magical explanation. Usually, the kid is found hours later, safe and sound, too busy playing troll hunter to realize they've lost track of time and missed dinner. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Kids are often a lot tougher than their parents give them credit for. Speaking from experience.
I see.
It sounds to me like you're speaking from experience, Victoria. Been giving your parents gray hair when growing up, I see.
About that.
I wasn't much different than other kids, I'm sure. Did you get lost playing in the woods as a kid as well, Victoria? Ah, I bet you were super cute, running around with a little toy sword, chasing trolls. I did not. I mean, I was working diligently from a young age to master the skills needed to be the demon hunter. That, of course, includes sword training, among other... That all sounds like playing to me. I love the read on, I am not getting paid enough for this. I think it's cute. That sounds adorable. I bet you were really cute as a child, Victoria. Oh! Oh! Oh, the blush! Honestly, I was a child with a dream of becoming a hunter. Nothing weird or unusual about that. Well, if you loved it so much, then why'd you leave? Come on! Come on! Oh, no, I'm sorry, Victoria. I didn't mean... I said something bad just now, didn't I? Please forget it. Let's talk about something else.
About that.
It's fine, Mime. I think it's about time I gave you some kind of explanation. I used to be a hunter in training. However, I never completed the final test to get officially initiated. That is why I possess the skills of a hunter, but am no longer a part of the guild, and instead work as a knight for the Empire. So, you flunked the exam.
So...
What? You flunked your final exam? Didn't think you'd be such a delinquent. Victoria's expression is dark, and you feel a chill run down your spine. Right, not funny. After I left the hunters, I was struggling. I didn't know what to do, so I found myself drifting. That's when Alethea approached me. She took me in, mentoring me, and I became a knight working under her instead. And that's how I ended up here. Well, that was kind of her.
that sounds nice.
That was very kind of her, taking you in like that. Kind, huh? I'm not delusional. She saw the potential in having a knight with my skills working under her. I'm still grateful to her. She gave me another chance. I'm not going to waste it. Just using you. Swooping in at just the right time to pick you up when you were at your most vulnerable. Who do such a thing. Certainly not me in this forest with a vaguely almost romantic feeling. Man, is this game gonna call me out? I'm trying to romance two people at once. This game's gonna make me out a big ol' asshole, isn't it? It sounds to me like she was just using you. I don't like it.
Of all the...
Well, I don't think it's any of your business. I know full well what kind of relationship I have with her. I don't need you, of all people, to defend me. Now, come on. We've wasted enough time in this discussion already. You continue your trek through the woods, finding no sign of the lost child. I like that even when you're picking the romantic options, like, they don't just completely crumple into an ooh woo, am I cute kind of state. Like, she's still being very true to herself. Whereas I think that, like, if this were like a social link in a Persona game, like, she would already just be completely like putty in our hand and just ooh woo, bashful, giggling around us. Like, if we would have made those same choices, I just don't feel like I don't feel the writing in Persona tends to keep characters as honest to themselves as they are because they need to, like, cater to that you're the main character and this character needs to fall in love with you thing. Like, if you are pursuing the romantic options, it feels like these characters are still very much, I mean, it even still with Anne, like, you still have to make some pretty hard choices, and she's not just changing who she is because I've expressed interest in her. So that's really cool. I like that this writing is kind of keeping an honest tone about it in that sense. You continue your trek through the woods, finding no sign of the lost child. Well, that was good. The meadow is blooming with spring flowers. Leaves dance in the slight breeze to the hum of bumblebees. Your eyes look across the sea of colors, and finally you spot a mess of curly red hair.
Huh?
Oh, hey! How you doing, Marie?
Well done.
Oh, there she is. You were right, Victoria. Careful. Oh, hey, an adorable, innocent, cute little child that we've been looking for. Let's kill it! She is not alone. Who are you? Your dad sent us. Hi there, Marie. I'm Polly, and this is my friend Victoria. Your dad sent us to come find you. He's been looking all over for you. He's quite worried.
Well,
But I can't go home just yet. My friend says I can't leave.
Huh?
Your friend. From behind the girl's hair, a small glowing creature steps out.
Whoa!
A fairy! What is it doing out here? Nothing good, that's for sure. Careful, Marie. Step away from that thing. What are you doing? Don't hurt him. He's my friend. Your friend?
What do you mean?
You say he's your friend?
Well-
His name is Wispy, and he's my best friend. He scared away the mean kids that played with me all day. But now he doesn't want me to leave. He says it's bad back in town. Really?
Really?
That's a fairy? I thought those were supposed to be extinct.
About that.
Seeing them these days is incredibly rare. They tend to avoid humans at all costs. This one must have gotten lost or have been lured here by something. What about them mean kids?
Tell me about...
Are you talking about the other kids from town?
See?
Dad said I should try and get along with everyone, but no one wants to play with me. They call me a stupid city girl and pull my hair. One of the big boys said he wanted to cut my braid, and I got really scared, but then Wispy showed up and scared them off. The fairy must have been curious about the kids playing and then taken a shine to this one. This is bad. Fairies are obsessive creatures. If we don't destroy it, it'll never let the child go.
You think
Are you
so?
sure? It seems like he just wants to keep Marie safe from the bullies. Maybe if we talk to him, we can convince him that she will be safe with her father. I don't really think the fairy's willing to believe a human,
Maybe, but...
but maybe I can convince him. That's... Well, what do we do now?
So...
Anyone got any bright ideas on how to fix this?
This is the plan.
If you can create some kind of distraction with your alchemy, then I'll deal with the fairy. You will do no such thing, human. Uh-oh. I think things are going real bad. You all jump when the voice, though not truly a voice, more like a feeling vibrating through your being, enters your mind. You will leave now. This child is mine. I'm not letting her go. Wispy? Stop it. You're scaring me. Polly? Well, let me talk to him first. Maybe we can sort this out without anyone getting hurt. Let's put it on Mime. I'm trusted.
Okay.
Okay, Mime. We're counting on you.
Thank you.
Really? Okay, I'll do it.
Be careful.
Just be careful.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Whippy. How you doing? Tell me why you won't let this child return home to her father, please? She's my child now. I will be the one to protect her. She stays with me. But don't you think she'll be safer with her family? Human children are not made to survive in the forest. She is safer here. The human village has been tainted. We must all flee or be swallowed by the nightmares. Is he talking about the demons? I am human. Your kind has dug too deep, and now you reap what you sow. But this child does not have to suffer for the mistakes of her father. Again, I'm gonna let Mime take this.
Hear me out.
It's true, humans have done some really stupid things, really. But we're trying to fix it. Me and the humans together are working to put things right. You. Who are you? You carry the mark of the forest on you, yet you help the humans. Why?
About that.
Because I believe they are I believe they are trying really hard to fix things, and I want to help them succeed. You reek of human magic. To think a child of the king would stoop so low as to bind herself to a human.
Huh?
The king? What are you talking about? There's nothing left for me to say to a traitor. The fairy suddenly flares red, its face drawn into a demonic snarl. The fairy flies at Mime, but Victoria quickly steps in front of her. She doesn't have time to properly reach up and guard, so the fairy cuts into her hand, the claw-like fingers drawing blood. Son of a... She throws the creature off, and the swift swing of her enchanted sword cuts through it. It disappears in a cloud of sparkly smoke. There's a moment of silence when Victoria sheathes her blade.
Tell me.
Mime, are you all right?
Everything's just
Victoria,
too much.
I'm so sorry. Oh no, your hand. This is my fault. If I hadn't insisted on talking to him, it was a fine idea.
Huh?
What?
Look.
We managed to get the fairy away from the child long enough for me to dispose of him safely. You did good, Mime.
Thank you.
I got to kill something! I don't understand. Wispy, why did you... I want to go home. Victoria sighs and scratches her neck. No, don't scratch it! She's scratching her neck! She's going L5! I'll take her to her dad. He'll need an explanation for this. Marie will too, once she calms down.
Time to go.
I'll see you at the shop later.
That seems odd.
Victoria thanked me. It feels kind of good to be useful to someone like this. Anyway, we should probably be off as well, yeah? All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call that there for now. We got a good bit done this time around. We saved a kid. We trusted our good friend. Did that change anything? Okay, we got adventurous, tenacity, acceptance, confidence. Okay, I don't think that changed anything. It seems like those big choices, like when they stop it and say, hey, this'll change a thing. It feels like those are the choices that are going to be the ones that like make a big difference or something, or change, I guess, your like nature or your alignment or whatever. But But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. I think we didn't make as much progress today. I thought we were gonna get into the mansion or get into the heist today at least, but I don't think that that's gonna be a thing that we're doing. So that'll probably be that'll have to be next time, right? Like because we're gonna go to the forest, we're gonna get the last of the ingredients for the invisibility potion, sneak in, and then do our thing. So I have to imagine that that's how things are gonna go down next time. But a quieter one this time around. A quieter one, perhaps. So with that, I guess we're going to go ahead and call it. So as always, thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate you spending a bit of your time with me, and I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever, wherever it is you are, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!